Hello, it's Monica Dubay and Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Life, coaching and healing. I'm doing lesson 62, which is forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. And the reason I'm doing this is because forgiveness is the key to happiness. It's really central to every spiritual path, every spiritual teaching, and all of the attempts to free us from this nightmare of separation. And why is that? It's really because this world of darkness, which is you being separate, brings you into a state of darkness or separation or being cut off from who you really are. And we call it darkness because it's just the absence of light. It has no creative power. It has no energy that creates anything good. And it's all based on fear and attack. And that's what the ego mind is, obviously. But what we do is to recognize that forgiveness, and there are many ways of practicing forgiveness, and I realize, I don't know why the light keeps flickering like that, but there's just this sense of how do we deal with this idea of forgiveness? What does it really mean to forgive? And how do we do it? Because in everything that I do, in the practice that I offer and do myself, it's always about releasing what I thought was true and letting go of it and seeing that it was never true. But you don't, that's just not, that can be something you say, and when you say it and you don't experience it, it's really empty. It's really meaningless. We just had a session with someone who went through a really deep healing of something from the childhood. It was a very painful experience, a very traumatic moment, and it was like, and she just said, well, is it like it never happened? And I was like, yeah, if that's what you're experiencing, it's really about you. What are you experiencing, right? Are you experiencing the true release of a moment in time where you had caused yourself to be in pain? Through, not that you meant to, but an event took place and then you dissociated. So that is really how forgiveness works. That's one way. This lesson says that it's your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It's your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. And forgiveness is the demonstration that you are the light of the world. It's the demonstration, it's the proof that you are the light of the world. When you forgive something and it just poof is gone, and you feel the love return into your awareness that you have extended to yourself by embracing that moment. You can't get rid of your fear. You can't get rid of the trauma. It's really, that's a trick of the ego mind. Oh, just get rid of it. But you can't get rid of it. You've got to embrace it. And find a way to do that, because when you do embrace it and realize love, the love that I really am, can embrace all of the dark ideas because they're not really true. And even though we believe them, they melt within us through the process of forgiveness, of letting go. So forgiveness is the demonstration that you're the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. It's your key to the truth of who you are. Right? Illusions about yourself and the world are one. So all the illusions you tell yourself about what you think other people think, or what you think other people did to you, or what you think happened to you, are still going on in you. That's the key, that you recognize, oh, I'm still doing this to myself. I don't have to continue to do that. And you need help. You need a mechanism to do it. You need a process, or you need someone to shine the light for you, because sometimes those moments are so painful we can't remember anything else. We've told ourselves those thoughts. I'm all alone. I'm afraid. I'm a victim. I'm betrayed. I'm abandoned. All these thoughts we've told ourselves for centuries. And we don't have to keep doing that. It's a matter of choice and choosing what we want to believe now. And this is how I work. I love doing this with people because it seems to be the most powerful thing, to finally give this gift to yourself of forgiveness, of letting go of what I thought was true. I remember when I let go of something, I had this guilt about having hurt one of my kids, and I really believed it, like I hurt him, right? And I remember the moment where I looked at it head on, faced it, and asked myself, is it true? Is it true? And how do I react if I believe it? And it's like sheer pain, sheer guilt, sheer, self-condemnation. And then I flipped it with that fourth question, right? Who would I be if I didn't believe that thought? Who would I be if suddenly that was just not what I believed? And I probably cried for about a half an hour because I saw that I was just doing that to myself, had been for years, and none of it was true. He's not hurt. I'm not hurt. We both got through it years ago, and we're both living our lives and our dream in the way that we really choose to live. And it was like, oh my God, that was never true. But because I had believed it for so long, my reaction to it was extreme pain. I love this. I love that you can find these processes, these ways of learning how to release these ideas really quickly. We don't have to suffer anymore because they work. And the Course in Miracles gives us the foundation, the principles behind it, as well as the lessons that teach us how to do it. So the goal was to find out who you are, having denied your identity by attacking creation and its creator. You're always attacking yourself. The creation is you. The creator is God, or what you think of as a creator. When you attack God, it's like you're telling God what he is. And he's not that, but you're telling him that. And so you're attacking him. Now you're learning to remember the truth, though. And for this, attack must be replaced by forgiveness. So that thoughts of life may replace thoughts of death and destruction. Why? Because you got to put your faith in life rather than death. You got to put your faith in the truth rather than the illusion. And faith meaning believe it's possible, but then do something about it. I don't like this just have faith. No, you got to do something about it. You got to learn to forgive. You got to learn how to forgive and to truly apply it. Do the work. Do what needs to be done. Right? Do the work. I think that's why I work with people so deeply, because if you don't get there, if you don't do the work, you're never going to be free. You'll just be talking about it, but you won't be experiencing it, and that's not good enough for me. I want truth. I want the fullness of the truth of my mind, because the fact is that everything is true by the possibility of it. Every idea is possible, but what do I want to know? What do I want to experience, right? The truth is true, and nothing else is true. All falsity is false, so all illusions are illusory and will never be truth. And only truth is true. How do I know that? I've experienced so much release of my illusion. And I continue to. It's not like I'm done or anything. But we all are going through that to awaken to the fact of the truth is true. I am as God created me. I'm not a body. I'm free. So remember that in every attack you call upon your own weakness, while every time you forgive, you call upon the strength of Christ in you. The one mind, the whole mind, is always there. But you got to call upon it to make it work. Do you not then begin to understand what forgiveness will do for you? Well, it'll remove all sense of weakness, strain, and fatigue from your mind, right? And it will take away all fear and guilt and pain. Wow. Wouldn't you want to do that? It'll restore the invulnerability and power God gave his Son to your awareness. You're going to become aware that you are whole and perfect as God created you. You are not the dream. You're not even a dreamer in a dream, right? You are a dreamer, and you're making up the dream, but there's a part of you that isn't dreaming. That's in you. That's the truth of you. We find that part, that you, and come into the awareness of it by doing a lesson or doing a healing forgiveness process. And then realizing, oh, I was completely deluded. It's pretty shocking when you realize all of your thoughts are not true. All of your attack thoughts are not true. And the identification that you have with attack thoughts is all the ego is. It's just identification. None of it's true either. So let's be glad to begin and end the day by practicing today's idea. To use it as frequently as possible throughout the day. It'll help to make the day as happy for you as God wants you to be. He wants you to be happy because He's created you as a happy, loving soul, and it'll help those around you as well as those who seem to be far away in space and time to share this happiness with you. Do you ever have something happen where you had a huge healing in your mind and then suddenly that person that you're forgiven calls you out of the blue? I just had that happen yesterday. I was like, wow, I had a huge forgiveness and then the guy called me. So I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I haven't heard from him in 3 years. So, of course, because there's only one mind, and my forgiveness of myself in relationship with a person heals both of us. And so it's really cool. I love it when that happens. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I would fulfill my function that I may be happy. And it's not fleeting happiness. It's true happiness, knowing that I can't be separate and that I am what love is. I love this. It's so simple. Let related thoughts come freely, for your heart will recognize these words. I would remember. And your mind is in the awareness. In your mind is the awareness that they are true. Should your attention wander, repeat the idea and add, I would remember this because I want to be happy. I would remember that forgiveness is my function as the light of the world because I want to be happy. Right? It's so simple. But you got to do it. You got to practice the forgiveness. You've got to look at the resentment, look at it, undo it, see how you're reacting to it. I'll help you. HealYourMindHealYourLife.com. I think it's really an amazing thing that we can offer this with each other. And of course, it's what all miraculous programs are based on. It's the recognition that you need help and you need to ask someone for help. Right? That's how we become clear and free of addiction and codependency and all that stuff that we make up to keep us from the truth of who we are. We don't have to do that anymore. I hope this helps you, and I really love that you're following along, so you can place a comment in the comments field, and if you want to, and share the video, because once people get how easy it is to forgive, we're going to light this world up with our love. That's what we're here to do. Light it up, because it is what our mind is. It is light. There's nothing that is lacking in you. You can completely free your mind if you choose to in this lifetime, in this next period of time that you dedicate yourself to it. It isn't hard. It's just that you have to do it. Okay? And it's what you are, so you might as well. You're going to be happy. All right, I hope this helps you today. I'm really happy you joined me. Thank you, and tomorrow we'll do The Light of the World Brings Peace to Every Mind through my forgiveness, right? It frees everything because I've projected the world through my own thought about myself, and I can let that go by releasing my idea, releasing my thought about myself, and stopping the attack. All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.